Greetings to the Brotherhood of Zeal. Today, we're going to be looking at the Gopher browser for ZealOS using VirtualBox. Because as it is, the networking driver only works in VirtualBox. If you or anyone else you know happens to know anything about writing networking drivers, please help Tom out, or by his GitHub name, Tom's Awesome out. Because personally, I don't know any of that stuff. And yeah, I like to, personally at least, I'd like to see this expand to other platforms. VirtualBox is nice and all, but what about, bare metal support, like with the E1000 driver, or is it E10000? I don't know. Or the whatever drivers that are needed for other platforms. Just anyone, if you know anyone, please send over some assistance. Anyways, let's get to it. So, since we're using VirtualBox, as far as the screen resolutions go, you're limited by default, but you can change that. You want to add some resolutions other than the 4:3 resolutions, you hold down shift and then you right click and then you open the PowerShell window. If you don't do shift, if you don't hold down shift, it's not gonna open up. Those options aren't gonna open up. So anyways, we got this open, and then over here, this is the command. Now, one thing to know is that that's not a space right there, okay? That's not a space. And how this command works, you enter your virtual machine name, you enter custom video mode, whatever it is. So if you already have some, then of course you have some. But assuming you have none, you'd be custom video mode 1. I already have 2, so I'm going to put custom video mode 3, and then the resolution name. In this case, it's going to be like, for one I haven't added yet, like a 1440 by 810. I'm going to try that. I already have 1280 by 720 and 1920 by 1080. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah. All right. So dot backslash, I suppose, VBox manage. Oh yeah, and that yen symbol's a backslash. If you don't have a yen symbol, don't worry. It's supposed to be a backslash. It's because of my the way I have my Windows locale set up or something, that I didn't bother reversing it because I like the font too much. Okay, and then 14, 40, 8, 10, 32. That 32 stands for 32-bit color. And if it enters and you get nothing, then that means you did it right. If you did something weird, like, I don't know, VBox manage, and I'm going to do the mistake I did last time, which was like I put a space in between here, then it's going to, like, it's going to print out all this stuff saying that, hey, you did it wrong. So keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah, let's boot up the virtual machine. And oh shoot, one other thing. I should have probably said this at the beginning of the video, but if you want to download it, I haven't been updating the GitHub, like the so-called fork I'm at. I think I deleted that fork as well. So if you want to download ZLOS, I'm gonna post a link to the Telegram channel where I have like all of the ISOs, and I don't have to worry about file size limits or anything like that. And whenever a commit happens, usually I upload a new ISO. And that one I've been able to be way more consistent with regarding uploads. All right. Oh, one other thing that I probably should have included from before before I continue with this. So I had included this this thing. I mentioned that I included this, and right now I'm running at 1280 720 at stretched resolution. But if you want to actually see that proof that this actually worked, we'll go to boot hdins, do that, C partition, and look at that. We have 1280, 720, 1600 by 900, 1440 by 810. This time I'm going to do 11. And let's restart real quick just for that demonstration. Okay, wow, look at that. Let's go to 100% scale, and now we've got that going. The reason I had chosen 1280 by 720 was just because I wanted the font to be a bit bigger. When you have the bigger resolution, of course, you get the smaller font because there's no font scaling here. There is an 8 by 16 fork, 8 by 16 font ports, but that doesn't look right. It still has issues. So let's reset again. Okay. Yeah, that looks right. All right. So we're in ZealOS, right? And you wanna like open up your Gopher browser. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta start the driver. How you start the driver? Easy. Just right click, and it's preferable to do system include, because what that does is that the driver becomes enabled system wide. If I just did a regular include, then it's gonna only work within this window. But now it's working at the kernel level. Next, we're gonna go into programs, and we have like 5 programs here. These are all nice programs, but the star of the show today is the Gopher browser. If I end up reading about how to get FTP, like if I read about how FTP works, it seems pretty simple, but I don't have much experience downloading things through FTP. Then I will maybe make a separate video about this. But this works too. Like I know I've seen Tom use the FTP client, and I've also seen him mess around with the chat server and chat client. These seem to be functional using this but but yeah, we're gonna focus just on the Gopher browser. I'm gonna system include this as well because even though it's not recommended, he says since this is a program, it's not a driver, then you shouldn't be system including everything. But I, I'm gonna do system include because it makes it easier to have this way. I don't have to separately include Gopher every time I want to make a new window and run the browser. This way, when I run this, when I run just like that, oh shoot, hold on, Gopher. That's one problem of. Let me do this. Okay, yeah. So if you just include it normally, you'll get this message and you'll get the example websites. Keep that in mind. If you system include, you won't see the message printed here. The two websites I recommend are listed here: gopher.floodgap.com and codevoid.de. This example website is just the it's just the like a ZealOS repository, but hosted on Gopher, and I'll show that first since that's the least interesting one. So you want to access a website, you do just type it out as you can see. And I must have misspelled something. Give me a second. Oh, I put 3 commas for some reason. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now we have the ZLOS repository showing up. We have the Holy GL, Holy Math, PCI device list, and this is not just ZealOS itself because these two aren't supposed to show up. Is it? Let me check. Is it even just? Okay, this is I made a mistake. This isn't the whole. This isn't all of ZealOS. I think this is just some stuff that got hosted there for some reason. The actual the actual like repository that you'd see on GitHub is not hosted here. But yeah, okay. If you were to browse this, I'm gonna hit that again. You can see like you would browse a regular directory. The 2 dots, it makes it go up a folder, and in this case, when you went to hit those 2 dots, we get this menu. And in this menu, you can look at contents from other iBleach users. You click on that for the active iBleach, and there's also another option for all users. The problem I have with this website is that a lot of these don't have anything on them. So I'm gonna click on a random one, okay? Random. I've clicked on all of these before, but like let's say I click on this one. Yeah, we wait for like 15 seconds, we get nothing. Oh, 5 seconds, whatever. We click on this one, and we're not gonna get anything, I bet. Yeah, we got nothing. Of course, ZealOS we're gonna get the same as before. That's there. But there's just all of these just are junk, a lot of them. Some of these I know work, but I forgot which. Some of these have content hosted, but all of these are like just users with hosting no content. So now let's look at a different website and I'll demonstrate that you can have multiple windows, which would be kind of like having a more primitive version of having multiple tabs. This since we system included, we can have multiple instances of the Gopher browser going on at the same time. And let's open the other one, like this one, Gopher codevoid.de. So let's go and look at floodgap.com. This website is pretty cool because it gives you a bunch of links to important websites such as a search engine. And with the search engine, you want to use the search engine. Easy. You search up, you type in whatever, you click on that Veronica 2, that's the name of the search engine. You write in like assembly, and you press escape to enter. If you want to get the search results to actually return, you don't press enter. You press escape to enter in the search term you just put in. So right now we get all these results about WebAssembly, and why the heck are all these WebAssembly? That's baloney, but you get the idea. Well, let's do another search term, get something cooler than that, so I don't save garbage. I think I searched in computer at one. No, it was programming. I searched up programming at one point, and I found this documents about the Amiga. Yeah, this one. Click on that, and now I can click on this, and it'll load for a bit, and we'll get a document about the assembly language for the Motorola 6820, 68K20, or whatever you're supposed to pronounce that, 68,020. And this is now saved in our temporary directory. If you want to, of course, make it a more permanent save. Wait, why is this even called why is this even called TMP if these are all going to be saved permanently? That's funny. I have all these saved from before. In this case, that's 020.txt. I can copy this, of course, move this to a different folder, make it home, and hit escape, and it should be saved. And there you go. It's opened here. One thing of note, of course, that's both good and bad regarding browsing with the Amiga. I mean, browsing with Gopher, is that the contents put on the Gopher websites and Gopher pages, and the content that you get out of Gopher, like this text file, is meant for these smaller windows, 4:3 ratio. So if you want to zoom in, of course you can. You're better off like making a smaller window, Control-Alt-Z, and like read this way. Hold on, you can just shrink this just enough, put it like over here or something, and bam. Do that, of course. Scroll normally. You can also, of course, use the scroll wheel. You're done zooming in, Control-Alt-Shift-Z instead of Control-Alt-Z. And yeah. Okay. So, you learn how to search for stuff. You learn that a lot of these things that get saved, text files you open get saved here, or yeah, they get saved in this TMP directory. And contrary to being called temporary, I don't think it really is temporary. But to be safe, in case it eventually does get deleted, just copy it, paste it somewhere else. And what is this? Terror.tag. If it can even open that. And we get this terror.txt. Whatever. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else of importance I need to point out. Or are there any cool things that I like to show off? Let me bring up that code void bleach. Or not code void, just code void regular. Gopher code void.de. Bring that. Oh yeah, some funny things that I found before. Here's a magic 8-ball, and you can keep asking it various things. Um, Unfortunately, the CNN is available. Hacker News is also available. In this case, we're not getting it as a text file. We're just getting it spammed here. How am I supposed to even exit out of this? Oh, there we go. Just press enter to get out of that. What does this have to do with Hacker News? Talking about genetics and my technology website. Ridiculous. Let's look for a few more things, and I think I will end the video because nothing's coming to my mind. If I thinking about things I missed out, I don't think I left anything out. It's Gopher is great. There's a lot of contents out there, and it works great as a way to surf a network, if not the main internet. Read about various subjects. It's not as big as the internet, as not the so-called World Wide Web, but it's there, and it's fun to look at. What is this? Tech. All right, I don't want to know. So, how many chickens can be held in a farm? Let's see if Wolfram can answer that. This question cannot be just. Alright, fine. Something simpler. Integral of 3x squared or cubed. Alright, that maybe you didn't understand the first time. Let's just integral of 3x. Maybe it doesn't recognize the caret as the power symbol. 2 plus 2. Can you do that? All right, it can do 2 plus Wolfram can do 2 plus 2. Wow, it did that. But I think the formatting, when you ask a more complicated question, you get all these carriage returns for whatever reason. It is not working properly. And let's look at one more thing, and I think I'll end the video right there. Hold on. I know what I need to do. Let's just end this with some ASCII art. Where is Veronica? There we go. Gonna search up ASCII. And click on that. And we can look at some wonderful ASCII art. Just very slowly. I am not opening that up. If you're wondering. How about... Oh yeah, this one's funny. This one's just the BSD logo or the BSD mascot. All right. Well, for now, unless I think of something in the middle of editing, I think that'll be the end of this video. Maybe I'll make a separate video where if I want to show something important that you can do or something cool that you can do on Gopher. But this is just a general gist of showing how the Gopher browser works and a very, very small sample of the things that you can experience and read on the Gopher browser. All right. Have a good day.